Welcome back. This is News in Focus. My name is Faraz Patel. Jazakallah so much for staying with us. Now, with Heritage Day happening tomorrow, there are various activities that are going to be ongoing across the country, but one specifically at the Al-Rahman Mosque in Durban. Now, you may remember the Al-Rahman Mosque was subject to a terrorist attack that had occurred a few months ago. And of course, the police are still going ahead and doing investigations with regards to that. Tomorrow, the masjid has opened its doors to Muslims and non-Muslims alike to understand Islam, to understand the beauty of the religion. And there'll be various activities that are going to be happening there. Joining us now, I'd like to welcome Yusuf Desai, who is a member of the masjid. Yusuf, assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah so much for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. Yusuf, you know, we have to go back a few months ago, and obviously it was a very testing time, not only for the mosque, but also the community around it. How much of a welcoming is it that tomorrow is happening, which allows, you know, non-Muslims to go ahead and not only experience the beauty of Islam, but have that community feeling to it?
Yes, always a bit of a unique situation in there is that the mosque has been there for close to about 7 to 8 years. And we had some sort of resistance initially when we applied for rezoning. And alhamdulillah, as the years grew, as the years went by, we opened our mosque from day one, in the sense, now this is our 5th year, where every Heritage Day we open the mosque for visitors to come in. But obviously, you know, the mosque is open every day for anybody to visit, and people are welcome to come in. But on Heritage Day, we sort of rally the community, and we invite members from the church, from the school, we invite members from the public, and we do a bit of a marketing strategy 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 weeks, you know, prior to the Heritage Day. So alhamdulillah, yes, it's a bit unique this year is that we had the, as you said quite correctly, we had the terrorists, so-called terrorists, bombing that took place, attempted bombing that took place at the masjid about 2 months ago, and investigations still going on. So we said, hey, what best is that return, you know, a hadith comes to mind, return every bad with the good. So we thought this year, alhamdulillah, open a mosque, and what we did, it coincidentally, it coincided with Rabiul Awal, the month of the Prophet ﷺ. So what we did this year, we said, okay, listen, what best way to invite them? So we got the madrasa kids and the community. We tied a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. We chose hadith based on family values, community values, neighbor values, how to treat the neighbors, and we attached the hadith to a rose. Now, you know, internationally, the rose flower is linked to the Prophet ﷺ. The Turks do it in a very big way. So, and he loved the essence, rose essence, a lot. So we attached a hadith to the rose, and on the opposite side we attached, we have a saying of non-Muslims and what is their perception of Rasulullah Sallallahu the Prophet Sallallahu. So when they read this, they say, hey, you know what, okay, let's read who this personality is. And lovely sayings he's got, you know, treat your neighbors, look after your families, look after your elders, something to that effect. And the opposite side, when they see what non-Muslims have to say, so we're hoping now that they go and read more of the Prophet ﷺ. So we've given out roses for the past 2 Saturdays with the hadith, and we've invited the community. And believe you me, yesterday was a lot of interaction. The community, non-Muslims say, look, we know the mosque opens its doors during the looting. We gave out food. We know the mosque gives out water whenever there's a water shortage. So alhamdulillah. So it's been good, quite very, very positive this year, alhamdulillah.
And I want to touch on that, Yusuf, because, you know, KwaZulu-Natal has gone through a lot, you know, over the last 3 to 4 years. You know, you're talking about, you know, the civil unrest that happened. You then had the floods that happened in the province. And then, of course, you know, recently, you know, what had happened with your masjid. How important is it that some sort of positivity, a sense of optimism is brought to within the community? Because Durban's going through a lot. The province is going through a lot. We just saw now, you know, on the N3, you know, the Harrismith Highway with the snow that was there.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, so Alhamdulillah, we have a very good relationship with the Durban North community. In fact, when that attempted terrorist bombing took place, they themselves were surprised, and they approached them. There was an interfaith group that attended, and they said they wish to come and see us. And what had happened is we invited them over. They had a discussion with us, and they sympathized with what really happened. And they said, listen, they are surprised that this ever happened because the relationship the community has with the mosque. As you said, during the looting, our mosque was open. It was used as a nerve center for the entire North region. Muslims, non-Muslims alike use our place for 2 weeks, and the mosque was used 24 hours. It was open, where strategic planning took place, and they recognized that during water shortages, our water truck is there immediately. They know that, hey, if you're running short of water, we get there immediately to the mosque, the water has mosque. And during the interaction yesterday, they said, no, we know you guys do a lot, and we're surprised how you guys ever get it done in terms of bread and food distribution during looting. The water truck is there within minutes. So alhamdulillah, this is only from Allah, nothing else. And Allah's help is there. And I always say, Masjid Rahman is the mosque of the most merciful. And we try to bring that to the attention that, listen, the mosque is open. This is what Muslims are. We are here to assist. We are here to help. And it brought some sense of, as you say, positiveness. And they are happy to come in. And the mosque open day last year, you'll be surprised. A shahada took place.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
In the coming shahada took place. And we have our charts there, and they ask a lot of questions. And believe me, the ladies and the young kids love it when we tie the scarf. They said, yes, we most definitely want the scarf. Show us a demonstration, and we want to put it on. We want to go home with the scarf, and we want to share our experience, and we want to tell our families what we've learned, and how warm the Muslims are in the community. Besides you guys serving us dates and Zamzam holy water and snacks. So we want to break the stereotypes. So when they go home, the stereotypes are broken, and within the course of the months thereafter, we get so many calls coming in. We like to visit the masjid. Shahada takes place. There's revert classes take place every Saturday morning. So alhamdulillah. So they themselves are surprised as to why exactly this attempted bombing took place. They said, listen, we have a good rapport. We have good rapport with you also. Alhamdulillah, a lot of positiveness. The open day creates more warmth within the community, and it's a spirit of the last hadith of the saying of Rasulullah during the time of the last sermon, where he said, "Those who are here now spread the message to those who are not here." So it's exactly what we're trying to do. I mean, it is incumbent upon the community, the Muslim community, to share. If you say you love the Deen, you need to share it. You can't keep it to yourself. And this is what the message I'd like to pass on to the other masajids. Although some may have some reservations, I don't know why. But I say the committee members, trustees should get together and say, listen, okay, if we don't open the mosque, how else are we now going to do dawah amongst the non-Muslims, amongst our neighbors? Imagine you have a non-Muslim neighbor, but he hasn't heard about Islam, or you haven't invited him to the mosque. So now I think it's unfair on him that he hasn't received the message. And our job is to plant the seed and let Allah water the seed, inshallah.
Inshallah. I mean, Yusuf, while we are busy talking, if I can just ask you to just sit up a little bit so that we can get...
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
not a problem. Yusuf, besides the food and the basic necessities that a lot of the community and other parts of Durban come towards the masjid, obviously there's activities like tafsir and studying of the Quran, studying of the hadith. How much of that is a massive initiative to try not only educate those who want to come in, but also show them that Islam has a beauty that is continually growing? And it's the second fastest growing religion in the world. And I heard a bayan during this past Jummah that in the next decade it could be the #1 fastest growing religion in the world. I mean, that's something in terms of a positivity, despite all the negative stuff that we are seeing that is happening with the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that there's something that we can hold on to right there, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, first. In terms of numbers, maybe we are second in number to Christianity. But remember, Ahmadiyya saying, we actually even surpassed them in that sense, because he says if you divide the Catholics from the Protestants, then you divide them, then we are actually outnumber them, almost 2 billion. In terms of tafsir taking place, we've started tafsir, alhamdulillah. It's tapered down slightly, but we're going to resuscitate that tafsir. We have revert classes taking place. Our masajid is open for those who have, let's just say, social problems, whether it's divorce, whether it's drugs, or anything for that matter. And so basically, that is taking place at the moment, our masajid, and you're right. The masjid is a community. It's a place for the community where kids come in, they're free to come in. Non-Muslims are free to come into the masjid and you have a discussion with anybody. And this is their culture, basically. And we cannot alienate ourselves. We cannot alienate ourselves to the community as such, to the non-Muslims as such. They need to come in. And you are right in that sense. So tafsirs, we have regular, what shall I say, halqas take place, majlis takes place. So that is ongoing. But in terms of inviting them over, you're right. I think we need to step up and we need to take it to another level, inshallah.
Inshallah. I mean, Yusuf, 1 minute. I'm going to give you just again the brief details to those who are watching us here on Hilaal TV that want to visit the masjid. What can they expect tomorrow in 1 minute?
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Excellent. So tomorrow we have quite a few activities. We're doing free eye test. We're doing a blood pressure test. We're doing blood test, pressure test. As I did say, eye test. We've got a lady doing henna where anybody comes in, we're writing their names in Arabic. We've got a lot of charts up. We've got snacks we're giving away. We've got biryani, they love the biryani, so we've got biryani tubs arranged for those who visit the mosque. We've got some stalls on the outside, so there's going to be a bribe. We've got hijab tying, so they come in, we'll be tying hijab for them if they want to as a demonstration. The masjid is open from 2 o'clock in the afternoon after Zohar to about 4 o'clock. And if they wish to witness a salah taking place, so salah takes place around 5 o'clock, so they're welcome to stay over for salah. So a lot of activities taking place. We'll be having, we've got somebody from IPCI coming over, literature is available, Quran in English, we've got a hadith of the Prophet, we've got little booklets on general Islamic information. There'll be a question and answers. So we'll have, I think, one session roughly around 3 o'clock where the Maulana from IPCI will do a discussion and Q&A after, inshallah. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. I mean, Yusuf, jazakallah so much for joining us here on News in Focus. All the best ahead of tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for having us on. Assalamu alaikum
wa alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's Yusuf Desai from the Al-Rahman Mosque. Of course, if you're in the area, I think pay a visit to that masjid, a beautiful heritage day that they have planned there. After the break, I'll have more for you on News in Focus. To stay tuned.